Hi everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm here to do the new moon in Pisces reading for the sign of Aries. That's Aries, sun, moon, rising. So this Pisces new moon, what I think is so interesting about it is we have the new moon in Pisces. It's Pisces season and Mercury is retrograde right now in Pisces. So I'm just kind of go with the flow with this, because what I find is interesting with all this Pisces, all this water, emotion, Aries, I would say you're probably getting a lot of downloads or impressions, or your perception is heightened, or messages from spirit. You know, we like to play with semantics, so it's really however you see this. But there's an emphasis here, I would say, on the spiritual. And when I'm thinking of spiritual, I'm looking at it far as what are your senses and your intuition telling you. This could be maybe a magical time for you, but it can also be a very, very creative time for you. There's a lot of potential here. There's going to be patience that's going to have to be required, because you're probably getting so many downloads. Like I said, all this Pisces season and all that water. Since Aries, you fire, it's going to take some emotional navigating. Now, this is the message from water. She kind of reminds me of the Chariot, if you think about it. Look at how she's standing there. She's reining in those horses, her positive and negative emotions, but she's standing strong. And that's going to be required of you now, because since this is an emotional time for most people, there could be miscommunications with the Mercury retrograde. So I want to encourage you to look at that weekly reading dealing with Mercury retrograde. And people are all kind of feeling some kind of way. So with all the impressions and the creative energy coming at you, you're going to have to balance your emotions just to deal with the people around you. Because internally, now we got the message from fire. Now, I don't know if you're Aries, this could be you. You could be dealing with a Sag or a Leo, or coming up in, what's coming up next? Leo was in August, Sag. Oh, Aries, so that's April. So, maybe some things are coming up at that time, and, you are, fire is creative energy. So whatever you may be creating, or maybe you're working with a fire sign, but this could have a big impact. I really kind of sense this is the fire in you, Aries. You want to create, and right now you're going to have to balance that fire with the emotional climate right now. So it's going to require some patience on your part, because some things are due to come to a completion here. So this is your second chakra. This is dealing with feelings, emotions. Maybe you're letting go of something, your pleasure, beginning, ending. But since this is your second chakra, I encourage you to drink plenty of water. But this also, like I said, there's some type of emotional experience. And if you've been struggling with your feelings, look back to your root chakra, because this is that right above that root chakra. So maybe you need to make sure during this time, this retrograde period, making sure you're getting plenty of rest, eating good protein, getting some physical exercise exercise will help probably keep you in balance here. But with all that, there's some type of emotional experience. This is how you observe your feelings rather than act on them. It's like the angels are speaking directly to you. So this form of completion here, maybe you're getting, because you see here, you could be getting messages, I say, from spirit, but there's something taking place outside your comfort zone. So step up your emotional grace, bringing things into emotional balance. Also, that calm, intuitive. You're going to have to tap into your intuition at this time, so that there's no drama here, only resolution. So maybe you're going to be putting a halt to something. Keep the faith, baby. All right? Keep the faith. This is the elm tree. This represents fertility, Saturn. This is about being flexible and durable. And Aries, I don't know, all the Aries I know, you push them, they got a warrior spirit. It's in there. Some is more obvious than others, depending on what else they have working in their chart. But you're being encouraged here. Good seeds are sown, bringing the hope of success and the accomplishment of growth. So something is expand. I see this as there's an expansion. Now, whatever it is that you want to create, because this fire is creation, determination. And all this water, this is kind of boiling, but I don't see this boiling as far as anger. I see this as wanting to accomplish something. Something needs to be taken care of. But you're going to have to rely more on your emotional intelligence or your emotional balance and your intuition to bring your plans to completion. So I keep the faith, baby. Yeah, I like this. I like this reading. Now I have 2 oracle cards here. This first one is the Elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Move beyond the limitations that may have been set by you by your family members, past or present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than any genetics or behavioral patterns. This is an elder that is coming with the message of healing change. So what are you bringing to completion here too? Maybe these are old patterns that just ain't working no more. So it's time for them to die, more or less, so that you can move beyond and begin anew. And that's where your emotional and balance is going to have to come in. And that fire that's going to push you forward. So this is about take the first step. Every journey starts with a step, right? You might feel a little unsteady, but nevertheless, this is time to start. This new moon, release all your fears. Release familiar routines. Isn't that what I said? Stagnant situations or challenging relationships that don't support or empower you. It's time to move forward, start something new, and move beyond. Move beyond. Keep the faith in your emotional intelligence, and keep yourself emotionally balanced. I like this. I like this a lot. This fire is that warrior spirit. And, you know, water can put out fire, but also the fire can boil the water. So it's balancing something that's completely different, because it would be different if it was air, because the air kind of fuels the fire. Or if this was earth and water, you may be able to make mud. So here you need that fire just to boil that water enough, but not so much that you can't keep it in control. Because we got a lot of water at this time, so this is a good time to heal as you're completing old cycles. This is also a very perceptive time. And this is also requiring you to be perceptive of your surroundings. This is a good time for long-term vision planning. Planning for the long haul. And when you plan for the long haul, you know there's going to be bumps and, you know, things in the road. But that's okay, because if you're planning, you know how to steer those seahorses to keep yourself in balance. So Aries, this is about just begin now. Keep steady as you begin on your path. Keep the faith, baby. Oh, like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think, okay? This is Sister Omi. Peace.